Hey everybody, it's the Toy Duo team. Almost everybody is out sick. Roll the music.
When you have addiction and your shelves are overflowing, hold tight. When you don't know what new is coming, but you fear you might miss out. Just sit right back, just relax and watch and listen. The Toy Duo team brings you what you need. The toy news you didn't know you needed. Action figures, TV news, all the pop culture you can handle
I love it when a plan comes together. What?
on your shelf.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. And yes, it is a Toy Duo team today. Hey, I wanted to show off this shirt. This was from Mopar McNair. If you follow him on Twitter or whatever, he sent out some 20th anniversary Revenge of the Sith shirts. I saw Steve-O from Collecting Star Wars was wearing one on Twitter. And so I thought I'd show off the other version, which was, I think it looks pretty cool.
That does look cool.
Yeah. The other one says Revenge of the Sith or whatever, and it has this kind of logo. It's like reversed, where this is here, and then this 20th anniversary is on the sleeve. There's a different version.
And I like it. I like the shirt because of a couple different reasons. Obviously, the theme, and the other reason is it's simple.
Yes, very simple.
It's funny, and I mean that in the nicest way.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I get it.
Because it's funny that you said that because I'm going to show you mine if you don't mind.
Yes, go ahead.
All right, so.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So I did this with my my Cricut.
Oh, nice.
I've been sampling some different things, and I mean I could do more, but what I got to thinking about was we're so wrapped up in art and AI and everything else that like these really look cool to me. So all I did was this is actually this is the Walgreens Punisher.
Okay.
That I took a toy photo of.
Oh, that's cool.
Just turned it into the print for the shirt.
Oh man, that's nice. I like it. So are you using like one of those heat presses with the what's that ink called?
It's heat transfer vinyl.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about. There's an ink that you can print on like a die too, but
right, with like a special paper or whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm just using the heat transfer vinyl right now, but there's a bunch of them that I have in mind. Like I just started going with these, and I'm like that's I think those are cool to me. Just like I said, because they're simple, and I don't see a whole lot of that anymore.
I mean, that shirt's perfect because like with that other ink, that designing thing that you use, it makes a more permanent thing, but I think there's no white or something like that in it. So like, because that's a black design on a white background, it would be almost perfect because then the skull would just be the shirt color.
Right.
Yeah, because there's no.
I'd have to do a white, and it would have if I did it the other way around.
Yeah.
You could do it, but man, it would have been really tough to.
Yeah, a little bit. There's like there's some sort of a trick where you print it out on some paper and then you put some sort of like a chemical or something like that, like some sort of a powder. Then you melt that powder on, and then it sort of makes the heat transfer, I guess. Right? There's like sublimation ink. That's what it is.
Yes.
I figured it out. Now we can move on.
I was going to be up all night.
All right. Gap's here. He's talking about tariff this, tariff that. Vagon is here saying that, remember, you are here with him. He is not here with you. Right. Let's see. Ricardo's here saying hello, everybody, and everybody in the chat. Paul Morales is saying hello. I said Mr. B, right? Mr. B. Gary Thrells is saying hello, lads. Collecting Star Wars. I was just talking to him because he's the one that posted the picture of the other T-shirt. Let's see. Who am I missing? Prophet's here saying howdy. And Jonathan Redmond. All right.
Q, right? You got Q.
All right. Yeah, Ricardo. Cedar Stuff is just saying evening. It still throws me off because it's noon here, but I got to remember there's folks in other parts of the world where it's much later in the day. and much earlier in some parts. I wonder um, who would get up at 5 in the morning now. Let's see. Gappa said, Dan, they gone want you to unzip your jacket again. But this time much more slowly, and I can do the music. Bow, 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 bow.
You haven't do that? Yeah. Wow, wow, wow.
All righty, let's see. I didn't. Were there any crowd funds that we wanted to talk about? Because I did not even bother looking for a crowd fund to do a crowd fund update.
I'm not gonna lie. I usually try to glance at some stuff really fast so that I kind of guess what is coming up. And I was just so infatuated with bouncing around and seeing all the different prices that people are listing stuff for
Uh-huh.
that I got sidetracked.
Oh, that could be an interesting conversation. We can start there if you want, because I did pull up some stuff. I know we talked about tariffs last week, right? So we won't go into the full definitions. I'm sure nobody wants me to like try to define what a tariff is, or talking about the tariff schedule, or talk about what's going on with the 5 billion% tax that we now have only on one country around the world. Um, but I was thinking about it during the week, like thinking like, what do we actually manufacture here in the States, right? Like when you talk about a deficit, trade deficit is like, what do we make and export that other people want? You know what I mean? So I know we
Yeah.
export steel, soybeans, all that kind of stuff, but like, do we make anything here?
I mean, far as like in our scope, I'm not sure, but I think we export some um, like farm stuff, right?
Oh,
Uh,
you're right.
Vegetables and
You hear, yeah, that's the newest thing, right? John Deere's thinking about moving a plant to Mexico or something like that, but we'll see if that happens.
corn. Yeah,
Anyways,
Prophet says corn. Yeah, and yeah,
corn.
I'm in Indiana, so trust me, I'm sure that's
You
probably
know, in Northern California, like it used to be, because I grew up in Northern California. Well, I didn't grow up there, but I went to high school there when we moved back from overseas because my dad was in the Air Force. And when I was up there, it was like grapes and cattle, I remember, in the area that we were at. And after many, many years, my mom moved back and I was going up there regularly to see her and stuff like that. And it was just cornfields, and then I couldn't figure it out why there was everybody had switched to corn. Oh, we had almond orchards too, because I remember I used to knock almonds in the summer. But
weapons of
cornfields were just had taken over the entire San Joaquin Valley, it seemed like. And then I passed this like energy place where they were trying to figure out how to turn corn waste into energy, like some sort of a fuel or something like that. Yeah, it
Well,
was
I
really
mean,
weird.
you got a lot of potential. I mean, you got ethanol, right? They tried that
Yeah.
with the gas, and I mean, I think it works. I mean, I know they never stopped using it at the pumps, so
I just know they make a very important ingredient out of corn that is required in my Coca-Cola products.
probably like a corn syrup kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, the high fructose version.
Yes, gotta have that. We make bubble
All right.
wrap in boxes, weapons and tractors. Oh, absolutely.
Well,
Little Tykes is fully made. Is that correct?
what?
Manufactured in the U.S. Little Tykes.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, yeah. You might be right because I did see a story about how um, they were making those like plastic. So yeah, maybe that's what it was. It was Little Tikes. I didn't see the company, but I just saw like what they were making, the little, you know, sand pits that you would put in your backyard or whatever. I know I put up that bragging camp, but let's do that in a minute. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, let me make you full screen for.
I just did that because they gone.
Oh, okay, but
One
slower.
more time. All right, there you go.
All right.
There you go. You can't look at it too close because this is my prototype.
What the heck? I'm
This is
trying to get
literally
rid of
like
that.
the second one that I did, so I'm sure there's probably some flaws in it that if you look too close, you're gonna see. That's why I zip and check it back.
All right. Let's see. So I pulled up that bragging camp. Let's do that in a minute. I wanted to cover some more stuff that came out during the week. So this is a 5K Toys. I don't know if you guys know who those are, but they do these types of figures. I got this from 5K Toys. This is that they call it Zombie Apocalypse, but obviously it's a Resident Evil figure. I don't know. Do you have any of those, Dan, from 5K?
Mm-mm.
What's going on? All right. So were basically saying that anything that you already pre-ordered, they are just going to cover any additional costs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, where are they at?
5K Toys. So they import a lot, but
Are they,
they
are they here?
yeah, as smaller company, I guess. But they basically said anything that you had already pre-ordered, no matter how much the duties increase, they are going to cover the extra cost. Your price stays the same, no changes. Then they said for upcoming products which are not open for pre-order, what they've done is they've created a reserve list, and then based on past demand, that's how much they're going to order. But they're going to wait until things stabilize before they open pre-orders for that stuff, which could be a smart move, right? Let's see.
Holy cow.
Big Bad Toy Store basically said that they were going to be charging newly affected pre-order product listings to reflect their normal non-tariff prices. They were going to release stuff at the normal non-tariff price. And then what they were going to do is they were going to put that little indicator saying that there's going to be a tariff surcharge, which is on their listings now, and basically give you an opportunity to cancel the order at the time of charging if you feel like the tariffs are just too high, or the price is just too high based on what they have to factor in.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's their solution to the thing, which is kind of an interesting thing. And I thought it was kind of interesting because this thing launched at such a kind of weird time, right? Like,
Very,
um, it looked like Amazon and Big Bad Toy Store and Hasbro Pulse all had it for basically $60, which I thought was a very interesting thing that they all came out with that same price point. That seemed like what I heard that they were going to launch that at. So it looked like that was the price. Then Best Buy popped up and decided, hey, everybody, it's $49.99 if you had an opportunity to grab one over there.
out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. And it seemed late. I just saw it like way after, and I was like, oh man, what do I do? Do I take the chance? I mean, I have not had good luck sometimes with Best Buy, and I feel like they're charging. I feel like this price was wrong, right? Like they didn't realize the price was wrong in a way, and I feel like that's why Best Buy's probably going to be going out of business in the next couple of years, because they do stuff like that.
And
I'm just guessing.
get all my electronics from Best Buy still.
But it looks like Entertainment Earth decided to just run with it and tack on what they feel like might be the appropriate amount because they launched theirs at $75. I mean, you ran the spectrum on this thing, right?
Yeah, that was a total ballpark, I think. Let's see, it's coming out in July or whatever, whenever the street date is, and maybe by then it'll be 15.
Yeah. Let's see. Did Hasbro Pulse make a statement about pre-orders? I already got too much money invested in pre-order Snake Armor. Yes, they said that they were going to pass along everybody's additional costs to you, Steve-O. They said you would cover everybody's additional costs.
From this side, like of the Mississippi,
Right.
was going to be collecting. So, and then from to the west is going to be Vern. So you got us covered.
Yeah, we'll take care. You know what? I have a feeling. I have a feeling they probably didn't feel like they needed to come out with a statement because I think what I read was they factored a lot of stuff in, like a 10% increase, anyways, into their budgets, and then they moved a lot of their manufacturing to like Vietnam and some other countries. So since these big tariffs right now are focused on China, I think that if something's manufactured in Vietnam, it's not going to have a huge markup, right? Yeah, and something that they could cover. So that's what I think is happening. Let's see. Jonathan is saying Mezco screwed up big time. They teased a new Hulk, so should have dropped the full reveal the day after the Max Hulk announcement. And I agree with that. I mean, that would have been the perfect time to launch that and then just see whose Hulk do you want, right? Mezco 112 or this guy? Because the prices would have been fairly comparable, I guess. Maybe not really, right? Like $50 difference, maybe.
Maybe.
And then, what?
I said maybe.
Yeah. So Prophet's saying he won't be shocked to see the Maximum Hulk at $30 at the end of Q1 at year end. Oh, okay, so at year end. See, my reading is, I'm not wearing my glasses.
Q1 2026, 30 for like 30 more profit, or you saying?
I think what he's saying is that
See, they got
it's still available. That Maximum Spider-Man sold out, right? Like on the first day. And if you go look today, you could still order the Maximum Hulk. So I don't know if it was as big of a sell as the Spider-Man. So I think what he's speculating is there's going to be plenty, and they might be $30 at Ross at the end of the year. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. I saw your Wolfsbane and whoever else it was at RossCon.
Yeah.
And so I immediately went to Rye Ross, listening to this alarms going off again.
Bleep, 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 bleep. Yeah.
While I'm scouring every single inch of that place, they had nothing.
Nothing. Oh my gosh.
Not nothing. I mean, it was like a couple of vintage figures from like 2 years ago. TVCs, I mean.
Right.
I mean, it was horrible, man. You got the goods. You got the goods over there.
So those pictures, some of those pictures were put up by a guy in Pursuit of Toys or whatever. Did I put pictures of this stuff? No, I guess on Instagram, and I think he's from Arizona, which is like one state from me. It's like the next state over, and I think that the area that he lives is like, I could drive out there in less than 5 hours, right? I'm not going to drive out there for a $5.99 figure. It doesn't make any sense. But then I also saw and got a comment from somebody on my Ross video, my toy hunt video, that Northern California had stuff. But that was after I had already gone to 3 different Ross stores. So Friday I went to 3 different Ross stores, the ones that are closest to my house. I just did like the circle drive, and I was able to get to all stores within 45 minutes. I went to 2 stores. Once the first store at 8:30 when it opened, then they didn't have anything. I cruised over to a second store, didn't have anything new, but they had their carts out. So I like went through the carts and I didn't see anything. And then I went to the third one, and the only thing I was able to find was this guy. And there were like 5 of them on the shelf. But it was $9.99. It's not $5.99. I'm not hearing you.
Sorry, my dog was barking. So
Oh, okay. So $9.99. So I'm kind of hoping, because I pass on all those Acolyte figures, and I wouldn't mind picking up Saul and a couple of the other ones. So I'm thinking,
yeah.
I got to go back today just to see if like they were holding out for the weekend or something like that. I should have gone this morning, but I didn't. Right. But anyways, it is an interesting thing to think about, like how you're looking at these prices, and then you're seeing all this stuff coming out that's still super cheap. So, I mean, was it overproduction? Is that must have been what we were talking about, right? Overproduction
or overpurchase.
Yeah. And tell me what you think, and you guys too in the comments, is like, tell me what you think. Like, do you think it was the Hulk's just not as popular as Spider-Man? Do you think because it was $10 more? Or do you think it's because of all of the unsurety in what's going on right now is why it's still available for pre-order? Or do you think they just went by Maximum Series Spider-Man and said, oh, we just upped the order number? I mean, I'm trying to figure it out in my head, like what it was.
Well, I thought they listed it pretty low, because remember, I thought
you thought it was going to be Entertainment Earth prices.
Yeah, I expected $69.99 as well, because I figured 70. I figured $20 more than that Spidey for sure.
Yeah, I did too, until I saw somebody say $59.99. I was like, oh, if that's the case,
yeah, it's only $10 more, but
yeah,
still not. I mean, considering we had that Hulk from the 20th anniversary one, I still don't think it's worth it. But I don't know. It's hard to say because I mean, it might have been one of those, or like, I think we talked about this last week too, with like a loss leader.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we set the margin so fine that it moves this maxim further down the line, but we're
Right.
not making a whole lot of profit on it.
Right. Well, that could be that it's because it's early on. They're saying, "Hey, let's keep the costs real, the price real close to our costs. That way, I mean, my assumption is that there are going to be reused parts, obviously, right? Like some of the upper arms and stuff are probably reused. The pant and the legs look very similar to what we got before, right? So the styling looks the same. So I'm curious, that's really my big thing is about these two new figures is like the curiosity. Once I get that Spider-Man and I see like, oh, okay, I may not be in for any other ones. I mean, obviously Hulk, right? Like if you look down on my shelf here,
Oh, I know. Yeah,
obviously, I'm gonna get a couple of Hulks.
it is killing me, but I'm sticking to my guns. It's just too much.
Too much? Yeah.
Yeah, 60. I mean, if who was it that said, was it Profit said that it would be, if it ends up under 50 or 40, I'll probably get
Well, you had your chance. You had your chance at Best Buy. It,
it.
it pops in and out of it pops in and out. So you
Is
just
it
gotta
still showing up like in stock?
let me look. I haven't looked this morning, but
Oh, GeForce has
best,
got one. I completely forgot about that Diamond Select one. Remember that one that came with the two heads? Had the one like half robot head, half.
oh yeah.
That was big, and I mean the articulation was pretty good on that. That was a good one.
And Best Buy had like free shipping when it see, no, it's now $59.99 on Best Buy.
Oh,
Yeah. See, it
somebody
was a price mistake. I wonder what their policy is because I know Big Bad will honor their wrong prices. They've done it before. That's how we got the Phoenix, right? Amazon will obviously because they have that price match guarantee. I wonder what Best Buy's. So anybody who ordered a $50 one at Best Buy, let me know what ends up happening. I'm super curious, like if they make you pay the extra $10.
Q says it's all this stuff going on, a little bit of everything that you asked about.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I think that's right. I think it was Gap that asked earlier if we thought they were going to lower prices after this stuff all gets settled. I think he asked that in the
Okay,
comments.
yeah, yeah, I answered him. I 100%. I mean, historically, look back. They've
Uh-huh.
always pushed the envelope, right?
Right.
It was was it 1999? It was 14.99. It was 14.99, I think, shortly after Hasbro got the license, right?
Right.
And then
Something like that.
yeah, and then they bumped up the Star Wars, the Black Series, and then they bumped up the price to that. Then it was 19.99. Then it was 22.99. They didn't go back to 19.99. They stayed. They just went back up. They went to 24.99. They're just gonna keep. They're just gonna keep pushing it. They have no reason. They know that these figures are selling at 24.99. So
There's no reason to lower the price.
if they
Yeah.
push it to 27.99 and people start buying it, there's no reason to go back to 24.
Right. I agree with you. I mean, like, I think that like once they can push up a price and they know people will buy at that price, I think that the only thing that will lower prices is if they decide that not enough or they're overproducing and they'll cut production first to make things more rare, harder to get.
Yep.
And then you're willing to pay that higher price because you don't want to pay the even higher aftermarket price. But if you continue to make enough product to where like I could just buy this Hulk on at Ross for $10, then obviously this guy right here, you do something right. You produce less, or you know, or you just don't make them, I guess. And the only reason I really honestly picked this one up, I don't have them, but that the head sculpt,
You like that head?
yeah, is universal. And they had it before because I have that same head sculpt, and I put it on. But he's got grayer hair, right? He's got like some gray.
That's
I
funny.
think he looks really good as like a hunter type dude, like a jungle hunter or something like that.
Yeah, I like it.
Looks like a total adventurer. But yeah, I do like that head sculpt.
And that is a sweet stash.
This is like my Dan action figure.
A little, yeah. If I should, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, if you shaved, I
If I,
can just
yeah,
I could always put a beard on this guy.
yeah. No, I can shave for you.
All right, you have anything you want to show off?
Nope. Just I was just gonna show off that shirt, but then I unfortunately I don't have any pickups
All right.
because nothing. Hell, everything's on pre-order and it's all.
It's a tough time, man. I mean, like, I'm not really buying that much either. I mean, I kind of went to town on a couple of vehicles. That Gridiron Studios one was like a birthday present. I basically just asked my kids, "Hey, if you guys want to pitch together, I really want this, but I'm not going to buy it." So they did that. So that was kind of cool. And then, that ramen van came in, and I got a tank. So I'm like, I gotta put off on that.
I know.
Um,
I think
I
I
did
have,
what?
I have a spot for it.
Oh, okay. So a little bit of a story. I did not get the Rattler. Was the HasLab for GI Joe last year,
Yeah.
but a friend of mine at work said he might not want his after all,
Uh-oh.
so he may let me have it at cost. It's like a second chance to kind of get it at cost. We'll see what happens. So when the time comes, I'll share that. But we'll see if that pans out. I'm kind of hoping.
Better be on.
Yeah, I did put a poll up. And I thought I was looking at, because I can't see the poll in this chat.
I can see it. Do you want the stats or something?
No, I'm just pulling it up now. I just don't want to have the video playing in the background because it's bandwidth and everything. So I was curious, like, what everybody thought. Are you guys interested in seeing? I can't even see. Oh, different stuff on the show. Like, we were doing a history of segment that we did in the 80s and 90s, and we can continue to do something like that. So if you're interested in that, just vote for that. If you want to see more like game shows, like the Name It in 30 Seconds, kind of select that one. I think that one could be kind of fun once in a while, right? And then highlighting creators. Right now, it looks pretty even. So if I could, if everybody just like wants to throw their opinion in there, we're always looking for some ideas. If you guys have ideas for a segment that you think, hey, this could really work out, and we'd really love to have something going on, throw some ideas out there. Yeah, we would really like to see more giveaways from this channel. I hear you. I will address the giveaway thing. Now, I've done some giveaways in the past, and I actually, a couple of people that have won stuff, I have messaged through, because the only way I can message them is through social media. And Steve-O was here earlier, never responded. Right? Like, so he actually had won one of those Cobra Viper 3-packs, but never responded to me. So I just figured I was blocked. But anyways, no, I don't know. So I would like to do them, but there's like a logistical issue. I know a lot of people do them and stuff like that, but there's so many like rules that you got to like be aware of when you're doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm one of these. What Vern has done a giveaway before. I won something from Vernon. He delivered. Yeah. I try to. I know I owe a couple of action figure photographers some Star Wars things, so don't think I forgot you guys that did those photography things. I still know, and those will be going out sometime soon. But honestly, right? Like you see people doing giveaways on their channels and stuff like that, and they're like these, and they don't write out all the rules like they're supposed to, and you can kind of get in trouble for some of that stuff. And then depending on the state you're in and stuff like that, like there's those rules. So I mean, there's a lot to think about. And then if this isn't like your primary job or whatever, you'll also have to think about how that will affect everything else. So that's my answer to that. But I do want to do more, right? So I'm just trying to figure. It's convoluted, and I know a lot of people do a lot of different things. It doesn't mean that they're doing it the correct way. That's all I'm saying on that.
Yeah. And I think we talked about, well, no, you and I haven't talked about it. I think Dean and I talked about it actually. It's it's tough. It's a complicated thing, you know, and you don't want to start opening that up to like that's the only reason that you know.
I did think about. Honestly, I did think about this. I did think about like because I have memberships on my channel, and I do have some videos for members and stuff like that. But I don't offer like I don't do a member giveaway, or I don't let just members chat in this thing. I want it to be open to everybody, and I do appreciate everybody who supports my channel who's a member, and or super chats or whatever. I mean, that is fantastic. I am so thankful for it. But in addition, I thought about creating like a membership tier where like I would send you something every month, right? At a certain level or whatever. But then I keep thinking like, what would be an appropriate thing? Like a new in-box action figure. I can't make enough custom figures to like, if like 100 people sign up, there's no way I can get 100 custom action figures done every month. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
JT and I have the solution to your puzzle here, Mern.
Okay.
You do a dance number for us when they reach a certain level. Your choice doesn't have to be anything that we choose.
Okay.
See, he says he would even accept that.
Okay, a dance. I can think about a dance. We'll see about that. But then I thought about like a tier or a level, right? Where like maybe I send a t-shirt out every month or something like that. And I do have one, but it's like super expensive. And I thought about like bringing the price point on that down, but we'll see what happens. We don't want your used socks, right? That's definitely not what I meant, but like what I'm saying is like, say I picked this up at Ross, there were like 6 of them or 5 of them on the shelf, right? If I knew I had like, say, 5 members that at a $20 a month thing or something like that, I would pick this up and I would mail this to you, right? So in addition to you supporting the channel or whatever, because you don't see all of that, right? Like YouTube takes their cut or whatever. So it would be like, this is what you will get in addition to just for being a member. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. I had thought about it, but that's still thinking process. So I know giveaways. I want to do more stuff. So, okay, let's move on. All right, this is the TV and movie news you did not know you needed. Are you all caught up on Daredevil?
Damn it! Dang it! Sorry, no.
Okay, forget it then. We'll move on.
I'm 2 episodes behind.
And because Dan loves movie spoilers, this is a leaked picture of the new Supergirl outfit. Has everyone seen it? I'll probably have this video taken down by DC for showing this picture. We'll see.
I think you're probably right.
All right. Anyways, there was a behind the scenes video on YouTube where she's standing on top of some sort of device. There's another character there. She takes off the trench coat and reveals that's the set photo. And then this picture was kind of leaked somehow. So I grabbed it, threw it up there. It's I think it's comic bookish, but it is kind of a little bit like Gap saying it's ugly. I think it's is it dated? Is that the idea?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think I like the boots. I like the boots.
Okay. I would like to see some more clear video or whatever to see how that's going. But I thought that was kind of interesting to throw out. Gary is saying he wants to see Jason Momoa's Lobo. Is he going to be in a Lobo movie?
That's what I heard. He was like basically, what's his name? Help me out. The guy that that's doing the DC stuff.
Okay.
Gunn said he like reserved that role just for him. Like
interesting. It's a crazy thing. Like I haven't seen more than about 20 minutes of all 10 or 12 of the Fast and the Furious movies. I gotta be honest. I've seen maybe 30 minutes of them, right? But until last week. So last week I'm sitting around. I think the TV was on, surfing on the phone. So I just put on one of these like movie channels, and then the Fast 10 or Roman numeral X episode or one came on. So I don't know how long ago that was, right? But then I'm like watching, and I'm like, wait a minute. So Jason Momoa's in it, and I'm thinking like, so is he the new Rock? Because The Rock was in it.
He's the big bad.
So will Wahlberg eventually be in it? I mean, it's like I'm trying to figure it out, because all the movies I would expect Wahlberg to be in, now John Cena's in them, and all the movies that I used to think The Rock would be in, Jason Momoa's in. So I'm thinking maybe if they do like a movie where they put Jason Momoa and John Cena as a buddy cops, and they pair them up against Wahlberg and The Rock as buddy cops, and it could be called The Replacements or something like that.
Replacement. Not the Expendables, the Replacements.
The Replacements.
They do start meshing together, though.
I'm just messing around. I mean, they're all great.
They all cross each other at some point. Yeah. Gary says,
I would like to see all of them in a movie together, though.
Yeah, Gary says that Lobo and Jason Momoa.
Oh, he's going to be in Supergirl.
Jonathan says.
Interesting.
But yeah, that would be cool. But if you haven't, I mean, those Fast and the Furious are a pretty niche taste. You gotta, if you didn't pick it up on it, I don't think you could just jump into the series and start watching it, because you would be like, what are they doing and why do people like these? If you just jumped in at like 6 or 7,
right?
But I mean, I haven't watched them since the first one. Man, I probably rewatched that first one I don't know how many times. I bought every copy when it came out. Like I bought the D. And then when they came out with the DTS sound DVD, I got that one. Then I bought the Blu-ray.
All right, so I should watch them from the beginning. All I know is like there was like some bomb rolling through Paris or France or whatever, and then the way he knocked it into the water was he jumped his car and hit a crane, making the crane spin around. So it made me think, like, does a crane like that not have like resistance or brakes or locking mechanism to keep it from free swinging?
Well, no, because Diesel's so powerful that when he's behind the wheel, his car is extra strong. Yeah,
I think it would have been better if he jumped, didn't smash it with a car, but then stuck out his arm and high-fived the little thing.
If you didn't watch it, like I said, when you get to 10 and you see some of the stuff that he's doing, it's like jumped into that one, you would have been like, come on.
Okay, so it's like Jason in space.
Yeah, actually, that's not the first Friday the 13th that you watched, right?
Yeah. All right, so G-Force calls it Team B. I think that's what he is talking about. So it could be the B team instead of the A team, right? Jumping McClunky's like parallel universe, like a crossover. All right.
Rules of another universe, kind of like Black Mirror, right?
So if you're not watching, Fast 10 is on HBO or something like that. But anyways, these are some shows that came out this week on streaming or within the last week or whatever. If you're not caught up on The Handmaid's Tale, I highly recommend watching the little 2-minute catch-up piece, because it was so long ago. You might not remember that she got ran over by a truck and the husband got arrested and they were trying to escape on a train. I was trying to figure out, why is she on a train? And I had to rewind and then watch like the little clip, the previously on clip that they show at the beginning of shows.
Oh, you had to.
I just couldn't. Why is she on a train? Where's her husband? I couldn't figure any of that stuff out.
Have you watched
what?
You watched Bondsman?
I have only seen the trailer so far. Is it any good?
So me and the missus are actually on, I think, episode 7.
Ooh, so it's good.
So I would tell you, I feel like it's kind of a little bit of Supernatural and
versus Constantine.
Well, Constantine, yes, or I was gonna say
The preacher dude.
no, Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Okay.
So
Okay. Is it bloody?
he's very gory. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That might be a little bit of a problem for me, but I think I might want to sit through it. It looks like a really good concept because to me I was like, "Oh, this is what's that movie where the guy uh uh the RIPD
Oh
but
yeah,
but a
RPG.
little bit more edgier."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess the no. The concept, yes.
Okay.
The delivery, not even close.
Okay, so it looks really good anyways, like from the trailer. I'm waiting to get into it. Um, so you're on already on episode 7, so I'm gonna have to like play some catch up. I don't mind spoilers, by the way, but if you guys are not watching it, it looks really, really good.
And we're
And
on
then
episode 3 of the Black Mirror.
okay, so I just skipped to the USS Callister one.
Oh, are you cheated?
No, I just I've been waiting for that one particular episode when I heard since I heard that they were making a follow up to the previous one.
The one with the God. Why do I?
So
Why
the
do
so
I
the
his
the Callister or whatever was the guy works at a gaming thing and it's one of those virtual reality games. You put the
Yeah.
thing on and you're like embedded in there. He had some sort of a DNA printer where he could take DNA from his coworkers and he made them in the game. And it
Yeah.
turns out that they're like living in the game or whatever. He can make them do whatever his will is. And at the end, they escape him into the vast void of the update, which is basically a never ending universe. And so now the new episode is following their adventures in this new universe. And then it also goes back out to the real world. So it was I thought it was a really good follow up.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't know why it drives me nuts. I can never remember his name.
It has a Star Trek feel to it.
Yeah, Jesse
Okay.
Plemons.
Yes, there. Oh, you're trying to remember the guy's name. Okay.
Yeah, man, I drew a total blank. I always remember him as Kristen Dunst's husband. That's like that's all I can ever remember is Kristen Dunst's husband. That guy.
Oh, right. I know that he was in Breaking Bad. I think that was the first place I ever saw him.
What was he?
Yeah, he was remember they were stealing the stuff from the train or whatever. I think that's how he around the time he came in.
Oh,
And
okay.
then I think yeah.
Did you ever watch? It had Jason Bateman in it, and
Oh yeah.
Date Night, maybe, or Game Night.
Yes.
He was the creepy neighbor.
Yeah, the security
He
guy.
nailed that role, didn't he?
He did. It makes me, and it seems like almost all his roles, he's like some creepy dude. Because in this like Callister
Yeah.
thing, he's a total. And I'm like, I bet he's nothing like that in real life, but he
I'm
plays
sure
that role so well.
he did. He did. He just nailed that. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's hilarious. If it's into the comedy, and if you've ever had a game night with friends, I think it's definitely worth watching.
Okay, yeah, I agree with. I agree. I thought you were gonna say because when you said Jason Bateman, I thought you were talking. I thought you were just gonna talk about that other show that he's in that's on Netflix.
Ozark.
Yeah, Ozark. I have not finished it. I'm trying to remember which episode I was on. I think I was like in season 3 or 4, and I was like, I know I didn't finish that, but where am I? And my Netflix isn't showing me that I watched it, so I think I had started it on another profile. I hate it when that happens because then you got to go through all the profiles.
You got to be careful which one you click when you're watching.
Yeah, let's see. Am I missing anything in the content? I forgot about the space. Wow, they're so bad. I love them. Okay. They used a car to get into space in one of the movies. Oh, you're talking about the Fast and the Furious? I got to see that. Come on.
Yeah.
I really got to see that. Oh man. You know this when they're saying Lobo, I don't know why I'm thinking of a guy who drives like a car and I start thinking of that old TV show The Highwayman.
Oh man! Wow.
Yeah. I don't know why. But I know who Lobo is. I just I don't know why I keep thinking of that show, The Highwayman, every time I hear that. Anyways. Anyways. Dave's here. Did I miss anybody coming in? Dave's Dimension. Let's
A
see. Let's
few of
go
them
back.
stuck in.
Gary. They got JT is here. Let's see. We did say hi to Jonathan, right? Jumpy McClunky. Let's say hi to him. G Force.
We got everybody.
I think is that it? Is that everybody I missed that had come in? Oh, KCC Toys. All right. Well, we appreciate everybody who comes by to see what's going on. Let's do the hot or not section before we get too carried away. These are the toys revealed that you did not know you needed to buy at 125%. Oh, it's 140% increase. Yeah.
I can't keep track.
And the first thing is the haulathon is going on over at Target. And if you don't know what they have, the first drop is Hello Kitty Mermaid.
Hey.
Yay, the Hello Kitty mermaid. I'm sure everybody wants to run out to Target to get a Hello Kitty mermaid. No?
I'm in.
Okay. What? Anyways, The Adventures of Creepy Eddie and Shabano, Sama 2-pack, Beetlejuice. I won't say it a third time because you know what happens. And the Ultimate Red Wedding Tuxedo. Beetlejuice. Does that count? Because I said other words. Oh, man. And the Eastman and Lairs Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4-pack Gangster Turtles. And here they are. Gangster Turtles.
I do kind of like them. I don't usually go for the turtles, but
is that a sipper cup? Is he got a sipper cup, the second guy?
What?
Or is that like a bomb?
I think it's a dynamite, like a strap dynamite.
Oh, yeah. The accessories could be cool, right? Like a money bag, because it's hard to like get like a little tiny piece of cloth and sew it up, put some like padding inside, then tie it with a little string and draw a money sign on it. I'm just being facetious here.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm sure NECA is, I think, the tops for the most random accessories.
A pocket watch?
You think about some of the stuff that they have. You have the Thing figure, don't you?
The
I don't. John McCready. There's some weird, like there's some tiny little, like the Petri dish, man. The Petri dish, that's an accessory. Remember he put the hot wire into the Petri dish?
Oh yeah.
Scene, but that's an accessory for the Thing figure. He's got his.
You got to get a deluxe to like get whatever that's a plate or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's funny because it wouldn't surprise me if NECA would do that.
There's a mug in here too, like a beer stein mug. Because do you remember when Frankenstein? Oh, here they are. The accessories. Let me just pull this up. Here are the accessories for Frankenstein. Do you remember him drinking out of that mug or eating from the bowl?
I rest my case.
Okay, anyways, then these are the Beetlejuice and then the little 2-pack of dudes. I don't know is that guy supposed to be a ghost? Is that why they posed him like he's like floating? Or his feet aren't on the ground? Ooh, and ghosts can't wear shoes, so that's why he's in bare feet.
It looks kind of like the Casper.
Yeah. I do like the little baby Beetlejuice though.
I couldn't. When we watched that, I'm just like, why? Where did that come from? And it's so.
You wonder like how people think of stuff.
Yeah, and the way they use the baby is awkward.
All right, so do you watch this show called Criminal Minds? Let me just stop this for a second because you're talking about how weird that little baby is. You ever seen that show Criminal Minds? So this Mandy, it's a show about these like FBI agents that fly around and solve all these crimes, and it's like they're the they go with the psychology of people or whatever. That's I think how they do it. But there's a special team, and that Mandy Patinkin, the guy who was Inigo Montoya, whatever from The Princess Bride, he was in it. He left. He left the show. Yeah, he left the show at some point. He said that it was just too much. Like he couldn't do it anymore. I don't know what he meant by that, but I assume it's the same thing, because after around episode 4, I'm watching the show and I'm thinking like, who the heck are these writers? And how are they coming up with this stuff? This is weird. I mean, some of the stuff was crazy. I stopped watching because I was like, I couldn't wrap my head around how the guys are coming up with these like ideas. And that's kind of, I guess, what you're talking about with the baby, right? Like
what were they? Yeah, what were they?
What are you guys thinking? Who are you? Who
What-
are you? And why do you guys want to lock yourself in a room?
Yeah, yeah. No, I would
Come
not
up with this stuff.
want to hang out with those guys. That's for sure.
All right. Anyways, I digress. All right, we got. Was he supposed to be Alfred?
Yeah, wasn't that Jeremy Irons?
Yeah, Jeremy Irons. And what has he been in where you could do a head swap and make a really cool Jeremy Irons figure?
Well, you couldn't see his face, but he was in the Time Machine. Well, if you have a Bruce Willis figure, you could do Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh yeah, right. You just put him in like some sort of a suit, maybe.
Well, and you've already got your Samuel Jackson, so you got.
Oh, there you go. You got the whole crew.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There you go.
All right, Jeremy Irons. The unfortunate thing is, if you didn't see on Twitter, supposedly a entire semi-truck with McFarlane figures got stolen. They did have the Supergirl World of Tomorrow figure, but I'm wondering who else got hijacked in that shipment. So hopefully, I don't know if that was fake news or whatever, but I think they're looking for him. I'd really like to see more of this figure to see if I like it, but this is like In the Shadows Batman, maybe? Does he come like
It's only half a figure.
Okay.
It's a 2-pack.
Looks like he has a shield.
It does. Is that his cape? It's not the shape's not right for the cape.
Yeah, that's why I think it's a shield. It was so hard to see. I was like, what's going on? I almost tried to like enhance the picture a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like go in there and brighten it up just so we could see. Like what I do with my TV when I'm watching that Zero Dark 30 or whatever, I got to turn the brightness all the way up and then adjust the contrast just so I could, because otherwise I just close my eyes and listen to it. And it's like exactly the same thing.
I know I've probably asked this before and I forgot. You don't play a lot of video games, right?
No. Well, not first person shooters because they have a hard time with them. But I play
any RPG or
I play stuff like Uncharted, the Tomb Raider ones, like those. The third person, I guess, is what they call it, right?
I do what you're talking about in the game because sometimes if you're in like a cave, and I'm sure you're supposed to like not be part of the game play is that you're supposed to have a difficult time, and I'll crank that sucker up so I can see what's going on because it drives me nuts.
Yeah, it's tough because you're like trying to sneak around, but there's probably like a little secret thing that you're going to pass right by, and then you can't unlock level 27 because you didn't get that key you walked past.
Yep.
All right. Okay, first appearance Batman is what Gary is saying. Could you imagine hijacking a trailer thinking it was high-end merchandise and it was full of figures?
I mean, it sounds like a Fast and the Furious theme plot.
Right. Maybe they're going to launch that trailer into space.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. And then I don't know, what is the fascination with these like translucent figures?
I don't think it's a fascination. I think it's a money grab, isn't it? It's a cheap
because they don't have to do anything except for
you don't have to
crank it out on clear plastic.
Yeah, why not? I mean, somebody's gonna buy it, right?
Yeah, this should be I should have done this in the poll. Like, how many people are interested in a translucent figure that's not Iceman?
Or Invisible Woman.
This is what I'm going to do. I got my poll. I'm going to end it now because basically it's a tie.
Still at the 36 and 36?
It's 33, 33, 33.
Wow.
So,
are you serious?
yeah, it's 33, 33, 33. All right, so now I know what to do. Thanks. Anybody want this?
Oh, there it is. That's the red hood, right? Is that what it is?
I don't know. It just says Frostbite Edition. But
Frostbite.
yeah,
Red
yeah,
hood with frostbite.
yeah. He's got Frostbite.
Okay.
All right. Not interested. All right. Gen X Brian Myers is here. How about Superman with shades? This is kind of like the jet ski Superman. The 1980s hanging out with Vanilla Ice jet skiing Superman.
Oh, wait.
I don't,
I can't do that. You're gonna get copyright strike.
oh, darn it.
From probably the estate of
The
David
cape,
Bowie.
yeah, the cape looks elaborate, man.
The cape does look cool, but
Eradicator from the Death of Superman. Okay. All right.
that's got to be, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
All right. I do like the striping on him.
That's got to be a one piece, right? So it would be hard.
I don't know. I don't. It's so hard to tell in the picture, right? Like,
I
and
would
then
feel-
like, is he sticking up his middle finger or is that his pointer finger?
Um, well, if you watch the first episode of Black Mirror, there's a glove scene, and I think that's the glove he's wearing. Right?
Okay. Okay.
I won't
I'm just-
give it any more than that.
All right.
But I think it drives me nuts when they do that though, because that you're gonna have to use whatever stand he comes with, because there's no way he's gonna stand on his own.
If he comes with a stand, because it was there was a period of time where it was like the flying figures always seemed like they had a stand with them, right? But that doesn't seem like the case anymore.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, even the Wonder Woman came with a stand and a holder, if I remember right, and she didn't even really need to. But
I mean, they don't come with that.
no,
They come with that foot peg thing, but like
Yeah.
not like a flight stand.
That's what I meant. Yeah. 'Cause
Okay. Okay.
The gold one did. The one with the gold armor.
Okay.
She came with one.
All right. Yeah, that one because it had didn't that had the wings.
It would not stand. There is no no way that was going to stand on its own.
All right. And I think that like Batman wants to be a cowboy.
Who doesn't? Didn't everybody?
Wasn't there a song? I want to be a cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do like the jacket. And the fact that I think the jacket is removable. I don't think those arms are molded like jacket. I think that jacket completely comes off. And if that's the case, you could use that jacket for potentially another figure. Like the Hulk from Marvel Legends. Because he would be big enough. Like the MCU version might be able to wear. See, like my MCU Hulk works at Starbucks.
Smart Hulk? Or was that
Yeah.
Okay. That's funny.
I do like the idea that the cowboy Batman.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I agree. I like the. I wonder if the hat comes off.
Oh, so Superman 78 came with a vice, and that's one I have not picked up yet. I was hoping I was going to run into that in a store, but I have not seen it yet.
Oh, that duster would look good on a Punisher.
Yeah, right? I mean,
yeah, that would be cool.
I think it would be really cool. I mean, like, if you're trying to make, like, how, like, I use that Spider-Man Noir, and what I did was I put Flint's head on it with the black beret, so he's kind of like secret agent, but the jacket's flared at the bottom, so all the pictures have to make it look like the wind is blowing up the jacket or something. But like something like a cloth thing, what I think would be really kind of cool for like a jacket like that. Yeah,
you don't have to.
Yeah. All right, and then Gremlins, the new batch. Here are some Gremlins figures from Super 7. If you take them out of the package, be aware they might fall apart. Luckily, the card backs look pretty cool.
Well, it's not NECA, though.
I know, it's Super 7. They might stay together. Who knows?
Yeah, they might make it. You never know.
Yeah. Do you have Gremlin stuff?
Yeah, I have the NECA and one. To be honest with you, I can't remember what it is, but the little one in a capsule.
Okay. Are you interested in any of these?
Uh, I do like that one. I've always liked that little scene with him with the bow and arrow.
I do
But
feel like, yeah, I do feel like getting Gizmo and putting him next to my Ewoks.
oh, that's interesting. Never thought about that.
Like, you could cut the ears off, and then he could be a retro Star Wars Ewok almost.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with the NECA Mogwais is, do you have one?
No.
So if you, so the eyes are
Uh-huh.
mobile.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they didn't, as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody's in there that has seen otherwise, but all of the Mogwais come with these stupid eyes that move, and they don't, if they don't settle, like they're so loose in the head
Yeah.
that sometimes because they're able to go like all over the place, and if they don't settle perfectly squared up, which is kind of hard to get to because it's a knob in the back of the head that you got to roll around to get it. And I was like, so you almost kind of have to put something in there to like some tacky something to keep it. But other than that, I mean, the figure's awesome.
Oh, cool.
It's just those eyes drove me nuts.
Does anybody ever like go into your toy area, take a figure like that, and then just put it in different parts of the house so that you would just like run into like you wake up in the morning, open your medicine cabinet to get your toothbrush, whatever, and he's in the medicine cabinet.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Does that count?
Yeah.
Does it count if I do it?
I'm just curious if anybody else has that problem.
Yeah, we talked about because somebody else in the chat, 'cause I think I was talking about like if I'm watching a movie and I have a figure that's loose that's themed for that, or if we're doing a binging a show, or we're doing a Marvel Legend or Marvel Legends, sorry, MCU like run through of Thor or something. I'll put a Thor figure up in the living room and watching the
Oh,
TV.
okay. So my
Somebody else.
grandson, yeah, my grandson has the Hulk, one of my Hulks downstairs, and he also has that Craven, the Hunter figure, the newer one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I keep him up on. I just hide him behind like some books until he comes over. Then I pull him down because he'll ask me for it, right? Like, hey, where's my Hulk? And I'll grab it because I don't want to have to keep coming up and downstairs to get it because that's pretty much what he asks for every time he's here. Um, and then that Craven the Hunter was on when it jumped up on Netflix or whatever. I had like some of my other kids were at the house and they were like, "Who is this Craven, anyways?" And I walked over and I grabbed the figure and I go, "Here, this is him."
Yeah, that made me mad because I literally rented it like um, probably 3 days before it popped up on there. Like I should have just waited, saved the $6.
JT's asking me if I was worried I was going mad. Yeah, sometimes. No, but I will be like walking up the stairs and then I'll hear this like thump, and I'm like, "What the heck is that?" Then I'll walk in here, and there'll be like 5 figures on the ground. I don't know why they're falling off the
Oh
shelf.
no!
Yeah, I just don't know why they're falling off the shelf. All right. So Toy Story Storytellers figures from Mattel.
Interesting.
Yeah, this looks like I on the flip side, it's a pack that has all of these figures in it. And it's kind of cool. I mean, I like the fact that the little motorcycle dude looks like he has some posability to it and stuff like that. They look kind of cool, 9 figures. I just don't know who's going to buy them.
Well, Mattel, this should be a good price.
Yeah. The problem is like I was just at Ross and they have those Disney figures. They had the genie and they're marked down to like $3.99. So I wonder, like, I mean, I know the Toy Story is geared for kids, but like are parents still showing their little kids Toy Story?
Yeah, I mean,
I
I think
mean,
that's, yeah. I got a couple younger fellows that at work that their kids.
they're into Toy Story because they like seen it. Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
wasn't sure if it was like had been long enough to where it's like, oh, kids are like now seeing the new things because my grandson's all about this what's the dog movie that's in the theater? The Dog Man or whatever it is?
You got me.
Yeah, there's some movie that's the one he keeps talking about. But
I'll have,
Yeah, what?
Did you say Dog Man?
I think so, or something like that. But
Not a dog.
he does watch the Disney ones, but I see him gravitating towards like the Moana, the kid at you know All Saints Day or whatever, Coco, those ones, and I'm never seeing him asking or and the what's the video game one where they're the big dude that's in the video game?
The big dude that's in the video.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but he's not asking for Toy Story. You know what I mean? He goes and he finds those. Wreck-It Ralph. He's looking for.
Oh,
Yeah. He's looking at those.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
The big dude in the video game.
Yeah. So,
Close enough.
all right. Frost guy. Here's another translucent figure. This one kind of makes sense though, right? Except for I wish the armor was not translucent.
Why not?
Like to me, shouldn't the armor not be translucent?
I mean, it depends because if you're playing Skyrim, it could be Stalrim armor.
Oh, but I mean, like this is from Game of Thrones.
Oh well, then totally wrong. Totally wrong.
Yeah.
And
All right.
Dino's driving and listening again.
Driving,
sorry, listening.
working. Should be tearing up his bathroom or something like that.
Yeah.
Trying to do some plumbing. This is a Tron video game pop. Now, this I would want if I knew that video game thing would sit next to a 6-inch figure and look cool. You know what I mean? Like, I would totally get it just to have the Tron video game.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I just don't think it will be, like, tall enough.
Was that a standard pop, or is that one of the pop minis?
I think that's one of those mini ones.
Okay. Then, yeah, that would be way too small.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh, man. That's a bold move. He's working on making the wife happy while he's listening to the show. That's something I'd never thought I'd see in the chat, but okay.
All right.
Sure
I mean, normally people put on like mood music.
Yeah. I mean, but hey, whatever works.
Okay,
we're here.
If that's how it happens, we're good to help out.
Hey, honey, put on that toy duo.
All right, and here is the Cassian Andor Hot Toys. So I know there's some Hot Toys collectors in here.
Oh boy, that is some detail, man. That's popping.
Yeah, it does look good. I am kind of impressed with it.
Ready for season 2?
Is it season 2 or season 3?
Isn't it 2? I thought it was 2.
Because I thought season 1 he was in season 1 he was in a prison. In season 2 they did a heist. Or mine is just not wrong, or was that all one season?
I think that was all just one season.
Oh, they did the heist and then he went to the jail? Do you remember like
You're right. It does. You know what? The episodes were really long.
Or was season 2 in the prison and season 1 was the heist?
Is it?
Because I remember he had money in the shower or whatever that he went back for. But I remember he got arrested on the beach, but it seemed like a whole like it ended when they were escaping by jumping in the water somehow or something like that.
I'm pretty sure it was just because the episodes were really long, and I think it was just one season as far as that. Yeah, because season 2 shows starts April 22nd.
Okay.
So it was just a lot happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it was just a long season that when I think back on it, yeah, maybe I'm just seeing it as 2 separate seasons.
And they were all over the place because you're right. They were in, you had the prison, you had his attempt, you had the backstory that was happening, and all that was going on.
Okay. So Jonathan saying 3 50-ish minute episodes a week for a season 2 seems like such an odd choice. Unless, Jonathan, they're just, all the complainers who said, oh, the episodes are too short and now you got long episodes, and maybe they try to like streamline it and make it more like like a regular series type show. And yes, Dino, you're right. The Last of Us is coming out. I don't. It's not this week though, right? Isn't it next week? Is it tomorrow, or is it next weekend?
Now that one might be. Is that one season 2 or 3?
Yeah, I don't know.
Give me a second here.
The collector is saying,
Oh,
how
it's just
come they can do this, but they still can't do a good Harrison Ford or Mark Hamill?
right. So
Well, because they look so different every time you see them.
yeah. So that one.
Tomorrow. Okay, so Last of Us tomorrow. All right, and then they got the K2SO Hot Toys. I don't think you can go wrong with like a figure like this if you're a Hot Toys collector, right?
For
Hopefully
sure.
he'll stand up much better than the Black Series version after his legs get a little bit loose and wobbly.
That's right. He did the heist and he got arrested for running, but they didn't know who he was, so he actually got arrested for something else.
Oh yeah, I think for just being on the beach, right?
Whatever it was, yeah.
I just remember I was making fun of some of the stuff because those guys sitting in the beach chairs, you can easily find those little chairs on Amazon. I remember I think I made a short that said, "Who knew that in a galaxy far, far away they got Amazon next day delivery?" Allegedly. All right. And then here is Darth Vader says Sith Apprentice.
Nice. Man, those are some. Yeah. Wow. What's the price point on the price?
Expensive.
$275 for Andor. $284 for K2SO. If anybody's interested.
Yeah. Jonathan's right. It is kind of odd to drop 3 episodes a week.
Yeah, for 4 weeks.
Considering if they spent money on it, why wouldn't they want to drag it out unless they're worried that they're going to get some discontent with Star Wars? I mean, because it is Star Wars after all, so, half the people who watch it are going to have to go on the internet and complain no matter what. Right?
You got to give them time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's just a given. Yeah.
Because they will.
All right. So Hot Toys. You know who collects Hot Toys is Gary. He said pass, right? He said pass on the Andor.
On the Andor?
Yeah.
Well, if Gary's not getting it, then nobody's getting it.
I know.
That's why they're so expensive. Because they're only selling like 10 of them.
Yeah, Jonathan kind of agrees a little bit. Skeleton Crew was okay, but nobody turned it into watch. Yeah. That's the thing is like, I watched that Skeleton Crew regularly. I looked forward to it. That was actually one I looked forward to watching. KCC Toys says this one's fire.
There you go. Maybe he'll get it.
Yeah. If he was a channel member, he would have access to the exclusive hot. All right. Anyways, SH Figure Arts?
Nope.
Nope. All right. Gary's going to buy the classic Vader before that one.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame you.
This is going to be expensive.
Do you have any figure arts? I can't remember.
I do have some. I actually like them. Like,
so do I feel weird to you? Like you're gonna break them every time you move?
Yeah, sometimes like I have this one, and I really liked the face sculpt on it a little bit better than the Hasbro. And the thing is, it's like it does have really good articulation.
Oh,
but yeah, this the hip, like the way it pops out, makes you feel like. Let me see.
Feels like
it does feel like it's gonna come loose, and then like you got to reset everything, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So a little bit, but when you're putting it in poses, you do get a lot of benefit from the posability and stuff like that. But this is kind of like, I like this one way better than the Hasbro version.
Well, there you go.
What?
Now he's got the hot or not.
Oh my gosh. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Look at that. KCC Toys became a channel member. Well, I really appreciate it. I do have some exclusive videos and stuff like that. You should check them out. They're not, anything to write home about, but I did post recently a video from Comic Con. It was just the madness surrounding, like, I think it was season 2 of The Walking Dead. I had my GoPro and I just kind of threw the video up there because I thought it would be super interesting if you haven't been to a big convention like that, just to see the massive crowd and what you would have to do to even get close to the table to like see the folks and stuff like that. And so
Nice.
G4s, welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Almost. Now there's 2. Now I think I think 11 now. So
11 now.
yeah. How about this 1/6 scale Hono symbiote suit Spider-Man?
No,
No, not interested.
I can't do the cloth. I tried way
Yeah.
back. I think I got a Punisher.
Okay.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what brand it was, but
Yeah, the Mego ones are nice, but I did put all my Megos back in the box after that Spider-Man leg broke. I just kind of set it back in there and put it back in the box, so he just stands there. You can't tell the leg's broken or anything, but
yeah, I just couldn't get behind. I mean, they're cool, and then they have obviously they have a following in the market, but it's just
like Mr. Beast laughing at me. Family doesn't count. Like all my channel members. What are you talking about? I have 10 YouTube channels. That's no, I'm just kidding.
just
Sold out. Gary's saying it's sold out.
Oh, the Spider, really?
Yeah.
You see, I'm with Jonathan because the soft goods, like 99% of the time, they just look weird to me.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of an interesting touch to have the little comic book thing where you could put your comic book behind it.
Oh no, on display, sure, yeah, but like you said, when you start moving them, they just look weird.
But you want to know what? If I had got this, I would not put the Secret Wars in there. I would have put Spider-Man 252, the one where after the Secret Wars, the first Amazing Spider-Man with him in the outfit. That's the one I would have put in there, I think. All right. And then the new, I called this the swashbuckler Red Sonja, but it's actually steampunk is the way they have it.
Oh.
So this came out, they announced it, and man, it's already like more expensive than the other one. So I thought that was like really weird how this one had a higher price. Now you can order directly from Boss Fight, and it's like only $10 more than the other one was when Big Bad launched it, because it was $49 for the other Red Sonja.
Right.
This one's $59.99, but if you order from Boss Fight Studios directly, there was like some additional pieces that they're giving you, like an axe and another upper wardrobe piece,
Really?
as an exclusive.
Oh yeah, they did jump. So you said that other one was 49.
Yeah. When I bought the other Sonya, it was 49, but now that one is showing 59 also on Boss Fight. Yeah.
I'm looking at Big Bad. It's got 54, and then 69 for the steampunk one.
Yeah, 64, right? On Big Bad.
54 for the one that you have already.
Okay, but this one is 64.
No, 69.
Oh, 69. See, and I think that this was a knee jerk with the original tariff things, and they just marked it up to 69. But I think like if they had decided what they were going to do, they would have just released this at the 59, the same as Boss Fight. Yeah. But that other Red Sonja, I went back and looked at my order, and it was like $49.99. So when they first announced it was 49.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I love Mezco soft goods.
Sorry.
That's okay. I see it. Soft goods. And then
coats and capes.
Regular Red Sonja, don't need the steampunk. Yeah, the steampunk to me though, it doesn't. It doesn't see. This is the problem. It doesn't say steampunk to me. It seems more swashbuckler to me. Like,
I mean, all she's got is the glasses. I don't see any other. You're right. There's really no other. Maybe the
I mean,
pistol. Maybe the pistol.
no, the pistol's like a pirate pistol. So,
Right. You're right. Yeah.
except for the radio, whatever that radio thing is, right? Because that's
Yeah.
technology. Because I
Yeah.
would say steampunk is like futuristic, like old timey. So what's futuristic here? I mean, if she had like a laser sword or something,
Yeah. I mean, you'd want to see like some more metallic, welded things on her outfit, right? More on
yeah,
the belt, maybe on the pants, even some different boots.
yeah,
But yeah, just with what they have there, I'm not seeing steampunk.
yeah. I'm not seeing steampunk either. I think that's why it confused me. I don't know if it's because of the tariffs, the price difference. I'm assuming Big Bad marked it up because of the very first tariff thing, because that's when it got announced, and maybe they pushed the prices up because they know what their costs were going to be. But I just think it's just an unsettling environment right now to like think. Now I know that like
Nobody
the
knows.
toy association has like a petition, and a lot of countries supposedly have been people are doing it. I saw it on Instagram where they're trying to do 0% tariffs on toys to protect the toy market, right? So if enough
For the
people
kids.
agree that yeah, we'll tariff everything but this one category of toys or whatever, then maybe we don't have to worry about it because well, we'll see what happens.
Isano says too much money, and Jonathan says, yeah, that radio does look steampunk.
Yeah. Um, this is a Friday the 13th or something like that.
Yes. Oh, come on.
This is his sister.
No, it's his aunt.
Okay, his aunt.
Yes, it's his angry aunt that likes to pinch his cheeks at the holiday get-togethers.
Okay, and she's mastering in all of these weapons.
Yes, and she's also a world-class boat rower.
Oh, okay.
She's got the oar in her hand, I think.
Oh yeah, of course.
Did
It
you see
looks
that
like
Mecca jumped up their prices too?
I did notice that. See, like everybody is pushing
Yep.
their price, but I think that NECA is pushing up their prices because they lost so many dioramas.
You might be
They got to
right.
cover the cost of shipping a bunch of people too.
You might be right.
No, I'm just messing with those guys.
That crazy face though on this one, I
Uh-huh.
probably will eventually cave on this.
On this.
Yeah, I don't know how well you can see it if you guys are watching, but that face, man, she's got that. It's it's literally like that. It is the face right before the end of the movie that she's
All
attacking.
right. Okay, Paisano's here. Super action stuff. Done some great accessories. Yes, I agree. They have some really cool stuff. Jonathan's saying those do look like nice, Mr. B. The QC is really bad. Nearly all the reviews mention limbs breaking. Oh, or is he talking about the Red Sonja?
Oh man, really?
The kneecap popped off on mine, but
Sucks.
it pushes back in, right? But I bent the knee and the thing goes bleep and flew across the room. Luckily, I didn't have anything on the floor at that time, so I was able to quickly find it. But I've been in a situation before where I've dropped stuff and I've had like some boxes, and I've actually had to take everything out of the boxes to find the one little part that fell into the bottom of the box. And then sometimes it'll be under the cardboard flap, right? Like, and I'll look in the box and I'll see it, but yeah, it's just not fun.
I was kidding about being the aunt. I think somebody thought I was seeing caps like you.
Oh,
He's
you're
correct.
messing with me?
Yeah, you're wrong, Dad. It's the mother. And then Mr. B's like, I thought it was his mom. JT, I thought it was his mom.
Oh,
Not
okay.
his aunt. I was just kidding, man.
He's messing with me because I know nothing about this.
Yeah, no, I was just pulling Vern's chain, guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
no,
See,
Pamela Voorhees. If for those of you that don't think I know who it is, it's Pam Voorhees.
I thought this was the Murder She Wrote Friday the 13th figure. Honestly, that's what I thought. Because is it the same sweater?
Is it the Oh, I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Is this just reuse of the same body?
I mean, they did
Anyway,
open up the door for that. No, I don't think it's the same.
there's a lot of Friday the 13th fans in here.
Yeah, man. Wow. I guess I better be
I should
careful what
watch.
jokes I make.
Now, should I watch one or am I good?
Man, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it didn't age well?
I'm not a big horror fan, so I mean, like, is it just about like, is it something you're like, oh, if you're like 18 or 19, yeah, that's the time to see it because that's when it appeals to you, or is it something that like, oh, I get the family together and we all sit down and watch Friday the 13th?
Yeah, I don't know if it's yeah. I don't know. I suppose if yeah, I mean maybe who said this? I just saw it. Or at least watch the first one.
All
Or
right,
the fourth one, as the Gap says.
all right. I remember the commercial for the 3D one, thinking like, oh, every kill will be like will be like a ridiculous use of 3D.
It is so bad, man. Like like right off the bat, there's I can't remember what it was, but there's a scene where they've got something and he's just a gratuitous, he's picking up something and he's pointing it at the camera. It's like,
All right.
oh yeah, Jumpy says Jessica's jumper is soft good, so that's
All
definitely
right. Oh, okay, good. All right. And Gap is saying that yeah, I should watch it because he wants me to be a very well-rounded collector and movie reviewer.
there you go. Now I don't normally do this, but I have to disagree with somebody here.
Okay. Good. All right. Done.
Jonathan
Done. Done. Done.
Jonathan says the reboot was good. Now, I don't know which one you're talking about. If you're talking about that one with Jared Padalecki in it, that was pretty bad.
Now, Friday the 13th is the one show where the reboot one is the one where the girl that played Elektra switches bodies with her kid, right?
No, that's the sequel, the one with Jamie Lee Curtis in it. No, wait, no, that's the one with Michael Myers.
So the movie I'm thinking of has Friday in the title, though, right?
Maybe.
That's freaky.
It is. It's very freaky. It's freaky that you didn't know the answer. It's freaky that I fooled everybody with the ant thing.
We spent a lot of time talking about that with this picture on the screen.
We just want everybody to see her.
All right. Anyways, oh, that's it. And there's no that's just the template. Sorry, guys. I do have a template that I use when I do the thing, but I don't have like I try to fill stuff out and whatever, but I did not do a name it in 30 seconds. It wouldn't work anyways because not enough people. I'm thinking, did I miss anything? Yeah.
Forgive me.
All right. See, next is people are going to be demanding, Dan, that we test your knowledge of like horror films.
Oh man, I might have to go back through it again.
And so, like, if we do a test your horror movie knowledge, is Jaws considered a horror movie?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Or is it just considered a thriller? Yeah. So if Jaws was a horror movie, could one of the questions be who was the character who named the other three characters besides the mayor, or the other four characters besides the mayor and Brody who were on the ferry talking about closing the beaches?
Friday 13th question.
Yeah, a Friday the 13th question. Okay. What were I have no idea because I haven't seen them. I would have to go to the internet to look up questions.
Man.
Yeah. Or actually watch one.
Jeez. Seaport City was 8 when he watched it.
So I did
put the hammer under his pillow.
I did watch that movie Halloween, the first one.
Did you?
Yeah. The first one I watched. And I was walking home from school when I was probably in the 3rd grade, and they were doing some construction on the side of the street that I walked on. Like there was a field construction, little bit of construction going on, and then people's houses, and the fences weren't done, so you could see into the people's backyards, right? Because they how houses were built. They would build like this side of the street and then this side, and then they had a fence running between the yards, right? Because the backyards would have. So, anyways, the fence was down, and there was a guy sitting in the backyard on a barrel or whatever he was sitting on, and he looked like he was wearing fatigues, which are like a military jack style shirt, right? Like the green shirt or jacket or whatever it was. And it looked like he was wearing a mask, like Jason, or not Jason, but the Halloween dude.
Huh.
And like that mask, that Shatner mask or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
And I remember him walking, and he was probably like this big, so you got to imagine how far away he was. And I'm walking, and then I had good vision back then. I was better than 2020 at one point in my life. I'm walking, and I was like, "Oh, I think I'm crossing the street." Now he just sitting in his yard, like as I'm walking. But I was like, I am not going to be walking past that dude's house. So I did. I crossed the street, and I went on the other side. So there were more kids over there, anyways. But it freaked me out. And then I always thought in the back of my head, like, did I actually see anybody? Or was it like one of those yard things? And in my mind, I'm like, was it close to Halloween or was it not close to Halloween?
Active imagination type thing.
Yeah, could have been. I was a kid, so any number of things are possible.
Gab says you lost your nerd credit.
Oh,
JT
because I didn't watch a horror movie?
JT knows the answer to your question. The ferry operator, the autopsy guy, and the government guy.
The other three people on the ferry are the ferry operator, the autopsy guy, and the other government guy who was with the mayor. Yep, and yep.
We had some traumatized people here with G-Force sleeping with a hammer under his pillow, and what was it? Mr. B couldn't be in the toilet after watching Jaws.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like Jaws really threw me. I saw that when I was 7, and I saw it in the theater. I kicked my brother when he was chumming and he came up out of the water right before the bigger boat thing, and then I kicked my brother. He still remembers. Let's see. Jumpy said he saw a Battlestar Galactica movie and Cinnamon was scared to go to the toilet because I thought there might be a Cylon in there.
Okay.
All right. I saw Jaws when staying with my aunt and uncle and cousins during the summer, who had a place 10 minutes from the beach. None of us kids would go near the water. Well, that put a damper on that summer vacation.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a way to ruin it. Sorry you had to go through that. Jaws is great, man.
Hey, so I just saw this today. Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. So what do you call a happy cowboy?
I don't know.
Well, wouldn't it be a Jolly Rancher?
Jolly, could be, yeah. There you go.
I don't know. I just saw that today. Thought it was funny. Let's see. I saw The Dog Man when I was 18, and we thought it was a werewolf. Ooh. Jaws is the greatest movie of all time.
JT says
it's
a good one. It could be arguable. But.
I saw somebody on Twitter was posting some stuff, so I was just responding to their post with like gifs, and one of them was name a movie. So name a movie you think everyone should watch at least once. Q said, I slept with the light on for a month after watching The Exorcist.
Yeah. My cousin did the same thing. He was traumatized.
Projectile vomiting. Gap is like, you've heard of Jaws, right? Yes. No, but no, really, like the reason I mentioned that ferry boat scene in Jaws is because I think that scene is one of the like kind of coolest one-shot filming sequences you'll see in a movie because of the way they did it. It's like a wide shot, and then the way everybody moves around to the camera, then all of a sudden, like, it gets really close on him and the mayor when they're having kind of like a private conversation, and then kind of the way it like closes down, how the conversation moves between people. So just by the camera work and stuff like that, and the direction, you feel the sense of privacy in that conversation. I just think it's like a really cool, if you look at it from that perspective.
And being
But,
to be hard to film.
But anyways, what do you guys think before we leave for a Saturday? I would like to know from everybody who wants to throw in there, name a movie you think everyone should see at least once. And I can start. I responded to that question and I said, It's a Wonderful Life. I know it's a Christmas movie, but I think the idea behind it kind of still resonates today, right? Like, here's a person just trying to help people out, and he struggles his entire life to do it financially, but the rewards are like astronomical because
Not My Little Pony.
I don't know. I'm going with My Little Pony. Gap.
Well, I like Gap's other idea here is a Die Hard for sure.
Die Hard, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. B agrees. Mr. B agrees.
Yeah.
With the Christmas movie.
You yell Barracuda, everyone's like, huh? Oh yeah, that's from Jaws.
Yell shark, you have a panic on your hands. 4th of July.
We all put the places in perfection, set the timer, and put it back in the box. Ran around pretending it was a bomb.
Red Dawn, there you go. Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen.
That's actually a really good movie, man. I haven't thought about that in a long time.
That was a good one.
And you know what's interesting is they did make a remake of Red Dawn.
It was the one with was it Josh Peck and
Thor, I think was in it, right? Yeah. But prior to that remake, there was I think a film set in Australia where it had like basically the same premise, where it was like these group of like younger people go out and they stay in some cabin. When they come back, it's like they've been invaded or whatever. And I thought that was kind of a really cool movie too. I can't remember the name of it, but so have fun searching for that.
Obscure movie search.
The Wizard of Oz is a classic.
Sure, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Not the musical.
What?
So not the musical.
Not the music. Yeah.
Not a classic yet.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Anyways, I don't have any more toys to show off. Do you have anything else, Dan?
I don't, man. I wish I did.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in again. Oh, First Blood. See, we still got answers coming. I wonder if people are watching like with a time delay.
They got to look at their IMDb.
If we're done. There's still movies popping up.
Alien. Yeah, that's a good one.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We really appreciate you guys stopping in and checking out the show. Thanks again, KCC, for joining. Become a channel member. I really appreciate it. And thanks, everybody, for voting in the poll. We'll be sure to add some extra stuff back in. Thanks, Dan, for showing up on a Saturday and taking your vitamin A so you were not sick like everybody else. And no, nobody was sick. I'm just messing around. It's Saturday. People got stuff to do. Yeah. They got better things to do. No, I don't know. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week on the Toy Duo team. So let's roll the music.
When you have addiction and your shelves are overflowing, hold tight. When you don't know what new is coming, but you fear you might miss